first we'll go to our Microsoft Teams and then we'll head over to the channel that we want to deploy it. Of course, it should be a channel that everybody in the organization belongs to, since everybody in the organization literally need IT support. So you go to your teams and then you're going to go to create. So I'm just going to create a general team for everybody. I'm going to call it Lighthouse staff. Yeah, Lighthouse staff. So everyone of staff and members of. So of course you might have already have an existing channel in your organization, so it's okay. So the first name on the channel just be general. So I'm gonna click create on your team rather. So we have lighters and we have general. So I'm going to go ahead to create a channel, and the channel I'm going to call it IT help desk. IT help desk. So I'm going to go with the standard. Of course, if you want external persons to always join, you're going to use this, but of course people will need to join the team first before they can join the channel. So if you have B2B enabling the environment, or your company works with external or third party organization that are not a member of your tenant, remember that criteria we talked about. You are going to most likely go with the shared option. For me, I'm assuming everybody in Lighthouse belongs to Lighthouse, so we'll just go with the standard. And I'm just going to hit create. So now we have our IT help desk already created. So the next thing will be to go to our Microsoft form and then create a form that will attach to that. So first thing will be to go to office.com from your browser or from anywhere. Go to office.com. From office.com we are going to head over to forms, which is what I already have here, so I'm just going to reload that. We head over to Microsoft Forms. So under the form I'm going to create a new form. On the title I'm going to name it IT help desk form. So description form. This form is solely for IT support request by Lighthouse team. So that's fine. I'm going to click on quick start. The first text will be the name of the person requesting for support, name, and I'm going to let the answer to be the default. The next will be to, and I'm going to make sure it's required. That means you can't submit without filling in. The next option will be to create a location for our remote user. So I'm going to call it location. So they're just going to impute the location they are requesting support for. So I might always want them to add an email. So the next field I'm going to call it manager or supervisor email, so they can include their manager while they are filling the form. So after that I'm going to add another one. Let's call it request subject. So that's the subject of the request that they want to enter, and the last one will be text, and we can allow long answer for this, and we're going to call it issue or description. So we're going to require them to describe the issue. So we just have 5 fields on our form. We call it names, we have locations, managers or supervisors, email, request, and then the issue or description they want to read. So this form, since we assume they all belong, if I go to settings, people in MS can respond, record name, one response per person and all that. So we will be cool with people in this organization can respond to record name, and then we don't want to allow that, and we are cool with the form. So I'm just going to go back to my form home, reload the page to be sure we have the form created. So now we already have a form called IT helpdesk form. So I'm going to go back to my Microsoft Teams to apply this form. So I'm going to helpdesk. So on that helpdesk, I'm just going to add, and I'm adding an application. So on the application, I'm going to select form. So I'm going to add an existing form, and the goal of the form is just to collect response, not to show results. So I'm collecting response and I'm adding this IT helpdesk form. So I'm going to click save. So we already have our form nicely created. That means anytime anybody join the team, automatically they are going to join the Lighthouse staff, and once they go to their to their Microsoft Teams channel and then expand, they are going to see helpdesk. So for them to fill out, you just need to go to the helpdesk form and then fill out the helpdesk request, which is perfect. Now that we have the form ready, we'll move over to create our SharePoint list. But for the SharePoint list, we don't want to give it access to everybody. So that means we need a team for the IT that will deploy the SharePoint. So I'm just going to create another team for ITs. Uh, so I'm going to click here and I'm going to click here and then create another team. So this time I'm going to call the team IT team. So that's a SharePoint site, and it's going to be a private team. That means we need to manually add people, and we can only add the people that are IT. So first the general will be fine, and then you just solely uh, this team is solely for the technical, anywhere technical team. Yeah, so I'm going to create that. So I'm going to the IT team and I'm going to add a member. A day will be, so I will assume as JV it's a member of the IT team, so he's part of the team's channel. So if I click on three more my own team, so we can see the IT team with just 2 persons, and then they highlight us with everybody in the organization, which is what we want. Perfect. So now that we have the teams created, the next thing will be to create our Microsoft list.